I, Uma Agrawal from BYK College of Commerce invites and welcome you to online lecture series on further topic of forms of business organization part 1. In our previous online lecture, we had studied the topic sole trading concern. Today, we shall go with the topic of joint Hindu family business. What in joint Hindu family and business? This type of business or firm had originated and exists only in India. And this is a unique form of business other than various business organizations worldwide. It is commonly known as Hindu undivided family business or joint Hindu family business. In a joint Hindu family, the father is the Karta. After him, normally the elder son steps in his shoes. The daughter, in the presence of son, never becomes the Karta. These principles are now old or outdated. Now, a daughter may be a Karta or she has acquired the status of co-partners. So, the joint Hindu family would consist father, mother, son, daughter. Sometimes this family would also consist of grandfather and mother, father's brother, sister, and grandchildren's. Under the Hindu law, there are prominent two schools of thought. One is Mitakshara and the second is Daya Bhaga. The Mitakshara school of thought is prevalent in major part of India. Majority of the Hindus follow Mitakshara school of thought prior to 9 September 2005. In this school of thought, daughters were not considered as co-partners with equal share in the ancestral properties like the son. If daughters were married prior to 1994, they do not use to get equal share as that of the son, but were entitled to share in father's share. But after 9 September 2005, amendment in Hindu Succession Act, daughters acquired status of co-partners and irrespective of this year of marriage, they are now entitled to equal share as that of son by birth. Daya Bhaga. This school of thought is more prevalent and practiced of in West Bengal and in some nearby areas. In this school, both male and females will be co-partners in the Hindu undivided families, and after death of the husband, his property and business passes to his wife or other successor. The joint Hindu family business is not solely owned by a member of the joint family, but all the members or co-partners are in joint ownership of the family business and they acquire this ownership on birth. Though the family business be joint, it is not always necessary that the members of the family would have joint kitchen. They may have separately but carry on the business jointly. Definition: a Hindu undivided family cannot be created under any contract, but by birth or death in the family, there is increase or decrease in the members of Hindu undivided family. Normally, the members of the family consist of lineal descendant from a common ancestral like father, son, grandson and great grandson, that is lineal descendant up to 4 degrees. In the joint family, membership is acquired and restricted only to the members of the joint family which gets the membership by birth. No outsider can be a member. The oldest member, that is father, is always called as Karta with unlimited rights and liabilities, but moderated by principles of law, while other members have limited rights and liabilities. The share of each member fluctuates by birth and death in the family. Existence of the business continues by birth or death of any member of the family. Adverting to features of joint family business. They are: enjoys continued existence, requires minimum of 2 members, Karta is head and has unlimited liability, decisions of Karta are binding, a minor has membership rights. Additional features are: this type of firms only exist in India and has its origin in India only. This type of business are formed and operated as per Hindu law. The senior most member, that is father, or in his absence the elder son, can be Karta, and other members are co-partners, including formation to be simple. The membership is not limited to any numbers. Membership is acquired either by birth, adoption or marriage and decreases by death. This business is jointly owned by all the members. Normally, Karta is the custodian and this ownership goes down up to 4 degrees or 3 generations. As this type of business exists for a longer period of time, it enjoys a good goodwill in the market, and creditors therefore are assured of their loans to be repaid. Banks and other financial institutions therefore are always ready to extend loan. Its management is normally held and controlled by Karta. Other members are kept away from participating in management, and Karta may consult other members in business decisions. And lastly, there is no profit and loss sharing ratios between the members. The share increases or decreases by birth and death in the family. Going into the merits of Hindu undivided family members. Its formation is very easy as registration and agreement is not required. Moreover, there is no restriction on minimum and maximum number of members, and its existence is under the Hindu law. So, it attains stability. Co-partners have limited rights and liability, while Karta has unlimited rights and liabilities. As decisions is taken by the Karta, same is implemented effectively and the business is controlled by the senior most member. As all the members are from the same family, acquiring rights and liabilities by birth and closely related to each other by blood. Business secrecies are maintained with top priority. Moreover, these business entities have close relations with its consumers and employees as it is managed by members of only our family, sharing equal opinions and habits. Further going to the merits, every co-partner's interest is protected as the Karta takes utmost care to protect. Otherwise, each member has a right to claim partition of his share. Every member do not go into management education, but this expertise or still comes automatically by observing the management techniques from the Karta itself. Each member rights and liabilities are limited to the extent of their share in the business only. Therefore, personal properties are not attached and sold in discharging business liabilities. Lastly, going to the demerits of Hindu joint family business. Person is restricted and gets less freedom. Person has to follow some tradition, though he believes or not. Person is forced to believe some superstitious belief. Person is found less developed compared to the child born in nuclear family. Person do not get rights at the actual age as in joint family, they remains younger every time. Person is getting less touched with his or her parents compared to the nuclear born child. Further, the Karta always faces the risk of unlimited liability of the business. Liability. If the business funds are not sufficient to pay its liabilities, the person property of Karta is used to pay the liability. The personal property of Karta is used to pay the liability. Ancestral property is used as a capital of joint Hindu family business. So, the funds are limited and the Karta may not always possess management skills, thereby restricting expansion scope as the business and family members are the same in the eyes of law. So the business do not possess separate legal status, as there are number of owners of the said business. There is always scope of conflict and disputes in its members, making its existence uncertain. As the Hindu undivided family business consists of more than one member and membership not being limited, there is always a possibility that one or more members may not be satisfied with the management skills and decision made by the Karta, thereby resulting into exercise of right of partition by the member. This business is normally managed by the knowledge and skill of the Karta, and rewards are distributed among the members or co-partners. So the hard-working or the inefficient member both share the profit. So there is no direct relation between efforts and regards. With this, I conclude the topic with hope and understanding that we all have very well got through the said topic. I thank all of you for good number of participations and silent and patient hearing. Thank you.